Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Recording this video a little bit out of order because I actually kind of got ahead of myself. Wouldn't get ahead of myself. The brake rebuilding, didn't really want to do that on video because a little bit of a secret in there that kind of leaving until people actually see the car in person. Did do a Facebook Live, so if you're on the Facebook Live, you will know the little Easter egg that I've kind of snuck into the car. But if you didn't see the Facebook Live, when you see the car next, make sure you check out the front brakes. A little sneaky something in there. Did for a bit of fun. So yeah, I'm kind of recording the intro before the actual video and the outro. So essentially where I'm at, everything's done. Car's been done, brakes have been rebuilt, they're on. Everything's all kind of been done and dusted. Brakes are bled. That was a task and a half. The car's all done. I've done a couple of test runs. Took it for one test run. And what I've actually had to do, unfortunately, I do mention this in the video, is I've had to remove the angle kit. I'll explain that in the next video, or in the back end of this video. But yeah, took it for a test run, which you will see coming up next. Had to take the angle kit off, took it for another test run, and everything is working beautifully. But yeah, I'll leave that for the rest of this video. But yeah, she's back together. She's running. Few little tweaks. Obviously, got the coilovers settled in now. I'm actually just about to lower it just a fraction more because the front seems a little bit higher than what I want. Lower that now. And then yeah, she's done. Let it run for a little bit. It is very street looking. Hang on, I'll turn this down so you can see it. Very street looking. So she's, yeah, I'm really happy with it. Coilover's gone on mad. The whole thing rides, obviously a little bit harder, bit different, but yeah, you get that in the rest of this video. So hope you enjoy. I'll keep this one short and I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, here goes nothing. Maiden voyage with the S13 running gear. First test, make sure brakes are going to work when I start rolling. Brakes work, that's a good start. I reckon the alignment's going to be way off. I have a funny feeling I'm going to have a massive amount of toe out. Alignment is way off. Way off. Here's the test. Let's see how low it is. Going over the speed bump. Going over the gutter. Shut the music off. We don't need that. You listen to rattles and... There's nothing. This is where I think we're going to potentially have issues. Getting the okay look from Xavier, so that's positive. No weird noises yet. Okay, so the alignment's not that bad. It's definitely off a little bit. Yeah, it's off probably 30. Oh, it's wanting to turn that way a little bit. I know it's gonna have like weird toe and shit. Definitely a bumpier ride. Nothing's kind of making weird noises or anything. That's a start. Oh, it's definitely a bumpier ride. That's very weird. Feeling literally every little bump and grump in the road. Let old mate here through. Come on. They're looking at me. Obviously stopped. Give the brakes a little test. Pulling up, that's a good start. They're stopping, so that's a start. They're nice and new, so they're probably a little bit shiny until I start wearing in and grabbing. Not too bad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous as shit still. once more. Oh, thump. Something went kathunk. I think I could have scraped over the bump then. Okay, let's go for a little quick run. Okay, around the block we survived. No weird noises, no weird clunks, no weird vibrations. Hard suspension. So that's obviously really on the weird side. Let's go for a little bit of a longer run quickly. There's a roundabout at the end here, so let's give that a shot. See how it feels through there. Definitely a different kind of ride, that's for sure. Used to the old one, kind of just riding over the bumps, feeling them, but still sort of riding over them. This is very, you feel the whole lot. I've got the suspension on hard. I've got all settings on hard at the moment, so it's no, definitely going to feel everything. I'm very ginger about jumping out in front of cars here. Let's go. It's also weird because it's got the, obviously the lockers want to straighten up as well, so it does make the steering feel a little bit weird. Alignment doesn't need to be fixed. It's one to track to the left. The steering wheel's off to the left a little bit as well. That's possibly to do with just a bad alignment toe in, toe out. It's drivable. Nothing's making weird noises. It's a lot twitchier on the steering with the angle kit on it, that's for sure. I don't have to put much input into kind of get it moving. Yeah, wow. That little bit of movement, and it's, you know, probably would have been going a quarter at a turn with the old steering, with the old setup. She's not doing too bad. I'm pretty happy so far. Nothing weird. Just gonna get used to the ride heights, kind of a little bit. The stiffness of the suspension is obviously gonna make a big difference. Yeah, it's weird. The no body roll's kind of odd, not gonna lie. I have to double check the brakes as well, make sure. I did bleed them obviously, but need to just make sure the fluid's all good. Yeah, she'll stop. Oh, scrub. Okay, so that scrub then going over a bump. Need to jack the ride up a little bit. That's obviously bottomed out on the wheel arch. So we don't want to do that too much. So we'll yeah, bring the ride height up a little bit. Looks sick at this level, but yeah, obviously not very practical. So we can pop that up. That's not a massive drama. We can raise that still a fair bit. All in all, pretty happy. Pretty happy. Yeah, it's definitely a much stiffer ride. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to for sure. It's yeah, a little bit on the weird side, but I don't mind it. It's not stiff, uncomfortable stiff. It's just very different to what I'm used to, the different feel and feedback from the car. So, going to be interesting on the wet pen. Definitely get a lot more feedback through the tyres. I might put this straight back in the garage just to just so I can adjust the ride height, just test everything, make sure everything's all tightened up properly. Might just park it up quickly on the flat here and get a photo. Alright, so just a quick update from the last section of this video. Would have had my test drive in, you would have just seen the test drive of the first run of the 31 with the S13 Conversion. Quick update. So unfortunately, I've had to actually remove the angle kit out of the setup. Reason being, okay, a couple of reasons. First one, the tyres I had, the problem is that's where the knuckle goes onto. Sorry, that's where the LCA goes onto. That's where the knuckle goes onto. That's like an extra 40 mil, almost 50 mil difference. Same with down here for the tie rod and rack end. Massive difference. The tie rods actually weren't long enough with the angle kit on there. I am going to organize I've got my old part still, a little bit shorter. I'm actually going to basically get that extended so it's going to fit the right size, so that I can have a set that I can put to be honest, putting the angle kit in now, it's a pain in the ass. These little tapered collars lock the fuck in to the knuckle, and they're an absolute arsehole to get out. This one actually locks onto the bolt. This one locks into the knuckle. Absolute prick to get out. So my thoughts are I can have a setup for track days and a setup for road driving. I don't know. I'll get it made just so I've got it. Whether I change it or not, I don't know. I'll see how this goes. It does mean I lose a little bit of steering angle, a little bit of camber, but yeah, offset. The reason that offsets is, I'll turn the camera around so you can see it, but this setup now looks a lot less sus, and the back hasn't changed, but the front is now under guard, still has camber. I said I can kind of get camber out of the coilovers just by pushing them in and kind of get a little bit of movement in it. So I have got a little bit of camber on there still, but it now tucks under the guard. It looks a lot less sus. So a lot less likelihood of getting pulled over and defected, considering there's other things on this car that will get defected. I don't want them looking at it. I don't want it drawing attention to it. So I have taken that off. I just took it for another quick test drive. Runs beautiful. Alignment's off. It's actually not too bad. It was driving reasonably straight, pulling to the left a little bit. Alignment was a little bit off, but booked in for Monday to get an alignment done. Going to get it out tomorrow. Probably get it out tomorrow and give it a wash, because it is absolutely filthy. It's been sitting here for a couple of weeks, so it's just covered in dust. So much happy with that. I think the look is still really nice. Big, fat, wide front, obviously look cool. But, and you might be able to know, front and the rear now, a very similar kind of fitment. They look similar kind of distance out from the wheel, spaced out. It looks more even front and back. It doesn't look like really wide front, really narrow back. Well, not really narrow, but much narrower back than the front. I think it's going to look a lot less sus. I can actually drop that. I actually think I'm going to be able to drop the front a little bit more than what I could before, because it's now under guard. So you can see it's actually fitting up under the guard now. Because it's sitting up under the guard, I've got a lot more room here. Before it was out here, so I could only get it basically this height. Now that I'm here, I can drop it up a little bit. So I actually think it's probably going to look pretty cool, being able to lift up a little bit higher. But yeah, really happy with it. Going to play around now with the hard soft settings. I've got it on the hard at the moment, as per the destruction manual. They suggested when you first install them to install in hard and then work your way back. What I might actually do is sort of twist it back to about halfway, front and back, take it for a drive and just see the difference, go all the way to soft, same thing, see the difference, and then I'll kind of balance where I want it. Obviously, I'd say street setup and track setup is probably going to be two different things, but that's something I'm going to learn and play with, part of the journey. But yeah, I can lower the front a little bit more. It's getting late now and I'm absolutely knackered, so not doing tonight, but I will do it tomorrow night, or tomorrow day. I'll raise the lower a little bit, raise the front a little bit. My God, I'm talking too fast, brain's not working. Lower the front a little bit. At the moment, it is now sitting fairly square. Once I've taken the this kit off, the angle kit, you can see it kind of steps it down a little bit as well. So it has kind of raised it up a little bit. So I'm going to drop it down a little bit. Just it's sitting flat. I want a little bit more lower at the front than the back. I think it looks really nice. One thing I did notice, you're probably going to see it now in the video. Not really. I'll take a better photo tomorrow. Looking at the back of it now, because that little bit flatter, it looks really just fat, wide, flat ass. It looks fucking sick. Yeah, really happy with it. The DGR coilovers, really happy with them so far. As I said, only a couple of quick runs. Saturday week, so literally a week from tomorrow will be the next event. We'll give it a good run. Alignment on Monday. Have to have a look at the exhaust, see if I can get that fixed up. The leak in there, it's loud as shit. I don't know. I was going to try and get some steel and kind of cover it up, but I might just bog the fuck out of it with some JB weld and hope for the best. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But anyway, I'm going to sign off. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, anything you want to know, any feedback you want, any of the parts I'm using, any of the companies I'm going through. Yeah, I'm really stoked, guys. Really happy. I'm also very, very tired if you can't tell. But I will talk to you all very soon. Have an amazing time, and I'll see you out on the track.